Hey, this is Willie, and this is a 1v1 on the map Desert Oasis. It's between myself and my enemy, Stormi, as the blue Zerg at the 12 o'clock position, I guess, and myself as the red Protoss at the 6 o'clock position, I guess. So this is really a game kind of like educational in a sense, I suppose. It's to show you how best to use void rays, how to get the most out of your void rays, and how strong they can be. I'm using the word strong instead of another word that begins with O and ends with D and has a P in there and a W and an E and an R in it. Oh, you know what I mean. But yeah, it is a very strong unit, and it's a great unit for this map because there's a huge void here, and it's perfect for air units basically. It takes a long time for ground units to get to your enemy. I'm going to do a natural scout here and find out what it is my opponent's up to, whether he's going a heavy economy or fast circling rush or this or that or whatever, double extractors, fast rotate, whatever. The probe is there to scout and probe in some information. Meanwhile, I'm going to be doing my chrono boost and trying to get my economy boost in. Really, I'm not too concerned about getting myself a gateway, but I will get it at 12 just in case, before I've even scouted, just in case it did turn out he did something crazy like a 6 pool or an 8 pool or something like that. So definitely on this map, if you get it at 12, you should 100% be able to get Celots out to block any Zerglings that come along, regardless of how fast he's rushing. So the spawning pool's going down now. I have the feeling that tells me, to be honest, when you scout and you see your enemy put down a spawning pool as you arrive, it almost tells you that they're putting it there not because they intend to use it, like make Zerglings, it's all part of their plan. They're putting it there to make you think, oh, I better build something, to make him think, yeah, I am building something, you know? I'm pretty sure that spawning pool isn't going to be massing any Zerglings anytime soon. It's just the way he put it down, it sends off signals to me, so I'm not going to be building too many units. Probably will get myself a Celot at some point though, to make sure I can block that off in case any Zerglings do come along. But meanwhile, as long as I know there are no Zerglings coming out, I will not be building a Celot. I'll be concentrating on making myself a cybernetics core, assimilators, more and more economy, boost it going, get it going, get it going, get it going. The Overlord has moved to the left now. So at some point I'll be safe to get myself another assimilator because I'll be obviously wanting to get myself void rays, and you're going to need the gas to support the void rays. An expansion is going to go up. I'm a bit too late. I didn't quite catch that because I went to go macro at my base and unfortunately he slipped by. That's not a big deal though. Just going to auto attack it with my probe, annoy him, force him to bring some Zerglings out, and then what I'm going to do is, as those Zerglings arrive, I'll let you see actually. So anyway, he's not really going to be making too many Zerglings as I suspect. He's got himself a queen on the way. All I want to do is really those Zerglings. I've only got one Celot there. Those 4 Zerglings aren't really a problem anyway. Just going to kite them as best as possible. Send them miles away. Probe here. What's his direction? You can see. Got them here, then to go somewhere over here. So it's just going to waste the time of the Zerglings. Stop them from being useful whatsoever. So we can see that he's still heavily concentrating on economy here, but then again so have I. I've only had to make one Zergling. I've also chrono boosted myself. Stalker almost missed that point. He got a bit lax there, didn't move his Overlord quick enough. Chrono boost the Stalkers, if you ever see, basically if they got an Overlord in their in your base, and you're able to build a Stalker before he started to move it, and it's like in the middle of your base, it's almost like 100% kill. It's a 100% chance you will kill that that Overlord basically. If he starts to move it before the cybernetics core goes up, it's a bit touch and go really whether you can actually reach it. So I've got myself a Stargate here. I'm only building the one because as much as I love to get myself 2 Stargates and have 2 void rays pumping all the time, it tends to be better just to get yourself one and then save up the chrono boost for it, because then you can easily afford things a lot better and you don't screw yourself over really. So he's going heavy economy. He's got himself 2 queens as it is. So the 2 queens should be able to deal with the 1 void ray. Now the void ray should be coming out any second now. Wakey wakey. There we go. So I've got 2 Celots and a Stalker here, so this is quite handy to deal with anything, especially the way that I've positioned the 2 Celots here is because if any Zerglings try to get through, they will generally get hit by both the Celots, and very few Zerglings will be able to get hits in. So that's a good position to have for your Celots, in case you didn't know. As you may see here. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get very far with 3 Zerglings. He's just scouting around. All I'm doing is sending this probe out because I'm a bit paranoid myself, just in case he has mass Zerglings for some reason at this lower point, and they're currently converting into Banelings whilst he's scouting a bit with these only few Zerglings. I'm sending out another probe. I definitely want to make sure there's no banelings coming through, because if he did have banelings, I'd be quite screwed. I even built myself a sentry to make sure, because got to keep my eye out for it, and put a force field down. That'll buy me some precious time. Meanwhile, I'm leaving my void ray here instead of attacking straight away with it. You'd say, why? Why not make it go with it? Go straight away. He's got four queens, so he's suspecting it because he's only seen I've got a smallish army, smallest ground army. At this point in the game, let me just take a drink. At this point in the game, I should definitely have a lot more than I currently do, or should be being more aggressive in some way. I haven't actually built myself an expansion yet, although that's what I put the probe here for. So what you generally do as Protoss is you build yourself an expansion before you go and attack. So I'm chrono boosting the Stargate. Void Ray should be linked to about this point. Now you attack with 2 Void Rays, because that way you can deal with queens. You attack with 1, you could end up getting yourself in a lot of trouble, and that gives away your basic Void Ray attack, even though he's obviously suspected it because he's got himself 4 queens. 4 queens is coming along, but these Void Rays are fully pumped up, and you'll see just how powerful they are and how screwed over my enemy gets. So he's attacked with the 2. That's a bad move. He needs to bring them all in. He's going to transfusion that queen in a second. There we go, that's a nice move, but now he's trying to micro it out because it's so fat it can't get past. Another Void Ray has just turned out because I decided to chrono boost, and he's not going to be able to kill any of my Void Rays by the looks of it, especially when I move that one back and it's just out of range for that queen. So really he went way too much economy, didn't scout. Well, he did scout, you could see he was scouting with his Zerglings as best as he could, but I think if I was in his position I would have sent an Overlord, like from here to here. It's quite easily doable. It may die, but it's so worth finding out that yes, there definitely are Stargates being made. And it goes to show how powerful Void Rays are, because even though it's not like he wasn't completely prepared for it, he could have been a bit quicker with like making himself Hydras or something like that. I think he got a bit too risky with his strategy in here, really. He got a bit too carried away with trying to make, you know, mass drones. But anyway, he had 4 queens, which is a lot to deal with Void Rays, and it still didn't work for him. So there you go. The power of Void Rays. Use them wisely. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Witty. Please subscribe, rate and comment.